what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east, I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east, I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Discussing that heat in the street, and we got just what you need on Vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east, I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east, I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east, I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got
All
what you need.
alone.
Vitamin G. Ay. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Hey, final round. I already know how I'm coming, man. Yeah. Tryna run the town. Tell no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's about smoke, then we talk all of that. from an ounce to a pound. Take it, they biting this now, cause my drip right out the seat. How could they be? Give me a couple of rounds, cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see they start crumbling now, mad struck start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for cloud. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock glitz, know they look half freeze. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See, we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top, just to form a warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the game, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. Link up with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them bills on the duty. On the stick, see I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe from the block in. The game kept me off the block. Ain't got flex about looting my Ruger. I can shit on you with my computer. See my graphics card costs more than your damn job can afford to pay you. And my monitor, big as hell, detail, so I can see when I spray you. To reload the clip and record the clip is go all say to that SSD. Know a whole lot of trill game heads like me wanna see tune into that VGP.
Take over the west and the east, and we got just what you need on vitamin G.
You're muted. That's what the chat's saying. Chat's saying you're muted.
Your sound is different today than it was.
We know he's muted. Give us a second.
For some reason, okay, there we go.
That sounds way better.
My microphone had the light was on, the record was on, and it was just not fucking working. It was getting power, but there was no goddamn fucking sound. Fuck me. Alright, what is up, everybody? How y'all doing today? Hoping each and every single one of you is doing well, and welcome to your weekly dose of vitamin G. My god, fuck me, this whole fucking thing has been an ordeal. Okay, first of all, let me explain. As you can see, the boys are now below me, as Omar is rightfully below me anyway. And
Fuck you.
things have, I know, I love you too. And things have changed around. That's because Discord decided to change their little layout. So when you're focused on the camera, it usually shows them on the side. Unfortunately, now they show below. So I had to rework the entire overlay in about 10 minutes. Probably less than that. So now we also have chat on the screen. You guys are below me. And let's just get to the goddamn fucking intros because we're lit as it is. Kofi, tell us, how are you? What have you been playing?
Guys, will be really quick. Playing Rise of the Third Power. Been playing Sifu and the new mech tactical game by Kadogawa, who made God Wars. It's out in Japan and in the US March 28th. It's called Relayer. The demo's only out in Japan. It's been really fun.
Alright, cool. Pharaoh, what have you been up to? Spectacular. Omar, what have you been up to?
I was making sure I was unmuted. I've been playing Scarlet Nexus, knocking up the last 2 or 3 side quests where I finished the game.
Cool. And Omar, what have you been up to?
Horizon, 80 hours in.
Okay, cool. And what I've been up to, I've been up to nothing but stress, including coffee. And Elden Ring. And Elden Ring.
Oh, that's good.
Which is additional stress, which we'll get into.
How is it running for you?
It's running fine. Like, I've had some hitches here and there, but, like, I haven't... Nothing prolonged like I'm hearing people. Like, Xbox and console, that's no surprise to me. Because, again, I'd just like to point out the recommendation of that game is 16 gigs of RAM. On PC. I think it's just a case-by-case thing. Maybe my PC's powering through it. Maybe, I don't know. But, like, I've had it hang up a couple of times, like it's froze. But, like, it's loading something. Other time, and the only time I dropped any serious frames was with one of the fights that I was at where there was a lot going on.
Yeah, at some point you just gotta accept that some people are gonna have issues, some people are gonna
Yeah, but I'm not having any serious issues like people are calling. I'm not missing 20 frames like Xbox. I don't want to hear that VRR shit. You're compensating. Right. And Jube's here, so Jube, give us your outro. Intro. No, outro, because I'm sure you got somewhere to be.
You're muted, or at least I don't hear anything from you, Jube.
His dreads are glued on too tight.
Now he muted himself.
He dabbing himself.
All right. Can you guys hear me now?
Can hear you.
Now I hear you.
Yeah.
Hey, he's alive.
Sorry. Hi everybody. Haven't really been up to much this week. Just playing some Elden Ring and trying to get through Horizon not Forbidden West, but Zero Dawn.
Did you want? Fair enough. You enjoying Elden Ring?
I am. I've restarted like 4 times. I just wasn't enjoying my character choice as much as I thought I would. So
interesting. You're not a samurai.
I started off as a samurai, but because I am not really at grips with the controls yet, it's not feasible for me yet.
Well,
I'm going to wait.
So you're saying that the game beat you into submission for
pretty goddamn much.
It did. It did.
Basically, yeah.
I'll get into this, but I will turn around and say I feel like this is a fucking Sekiro situation where people just couldn't get out the Dark Souls mindset, so Sekiro was a shock for them. I feel Elden Ring is that same situation where people.
What do you mean a shock?
Okay, right. So Sekiro was more of a shock for people because of the poise system, and it was hyper aggressive. And no other Souls game had really been like that. The closest was Bloodborne, so it was kind of a shock even for Dark Souls veterans to be like, "Oh shit, this game's actually kicking my ass." Elden Ring is kind of that similar situation where I definitely feel I approached it wrong because I went after the 2 first bosses. I followed the main story. I followed that light. I feel like that was the worst decision in the world. I think this game does intend for you to just go out and fuck about for a bit and explore and gain some levels first.
I think also one of the things that I'm seeing from Elden Ring, I have it if I want to play it right now, busy with Forbidden West, is because it's open world. It's so chaotic.
It's not.
Like
it's not. It's not.
I see literally people defeat a boss and then another one come from behind. Hey, what's up, motherfucker?
Oh, okay, no. I'm sure that could happen, but like as far as like population wise, it's not that chaotic.
Gotcha.
Okay, right. So let's get on to the first topic. And I'm gonna take center stage right now, unlike Nintendo, to defend myself against some slanderous, inflammatory fucking comments made by Jube. Because on the podcast a while ago, we talked about how Smash pulled in numbers at Evo. These are undeniable facts.
Last week, right?
Hold on. It wasn't last week. It was like a couple of weeks ago. These are undeniable facts. I showed the numbers. I showed the receipts. It did pull numbers. It was one of the biggest games there. I never said it was the biggest. I always said it was one of the biggest. Okay? And
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing. Okay, motherfucker, don't me. I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going with this, and you're trying to take a fucking W that don't fucking exist. Okay? Here's the thing. Unfortunately, Nintendo, pulling a Nintendo, because again, this needs to be preferenced, Jubei. It wasn't Evo that has pulled Smash. It was Nintendo pulling a Nintendo, and for some reason, pulling
that sounds like a them
Smash.
problem.
What?
Yeah, that sounds like a them problem. I told you, Nintendo don't care about their community.
I
Their
didn't turn
community
around.
don't
I never
care
turned
about their
around and said they cared about their community. I was saying that the community cared about Smash. And was I wrong?
Yeah, if they're gonna let Nintendo do this to them, they should demand better.
Yeah, they should. They have been, but Nintendo don't listen. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Nintendo's march to become the Japanese Reich continues, because unfortunately, as shown in this article, one moment while I deal with all the technical issues, because fuck Discord. As you can see, Nintendo has pulled Smash from EVO 2022, meaning it was on the table, but in an official statement from EVO themselves, since 2007, we've seen historic Smash Brothers moments created at EVO events. We are saddened that Nintendo has chosen not to continue that legacy with us this year. In the future, we hope to once again celebrate the Smash Brothers community alongside them. So,
Pretty sure they are butthead with PlayStation.
I don't know what to call this other than a fucking bad take. This is a bad choice by Nintendo. You are literally pulling one of the biggest fighting games in the world from arguably, despite past controversies, quite possibly the biggest fighting game event of the year.
They don't care.
Yeah, no, it is true. It is true. It seems like, because here's the thing, and because this is something else as well. This is not the first time Nintendo has done this. There have been multiple accounts of local tournaments and mid-sized tournaments that have been sent. I don't want to go as far as to say cease and desist, but have been sent letters saying that they are not allowed to host Smash Brothers at their tournaments. Which, again, Nintendo being Nintendo is like one of the worst. This just goes alongside on top of all of the awful fucking calls and takes that Nintendo has ever had. Now, I want to get everybody's opinions on this. Unfortunately, Zero can't be with us because he's ill. The pussy. He wanted to duck. He wanted to duck this. Zero wanted to duck this news. He didn't want to have to defend Nintendo again. So I'm gonna get the next, the biggest Smash fan on this panel, Jubei. What are your thoughts on this?
Thank you, Jubei.
It sucks for them. I don't really give a shit.
There you
Too
go.
bad. Too bad. There's other games at EVO. They can go cry. Or demand better from Nintendo. At this point, they're doing it to themselves because they allowed this to happen. So.
No, this is a pattern, actually. We've seen it with... I will get to it when I get to it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to allow a company to treat you this way, then that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel bad for you. You're going to have to figure that shit out. It sucks. Tough titty. Tough fucking titty, but,
You can see Jubei is full of heart. You can see Jubei is just full of heart. Kofi, what are your thoughts on this, my man?
I honestly hope this is not some sort of Nintendo doesn't want to be associated with something Sony owns type of pettiness.
For sure.
Because
no, here's the thing. I doubt. Sorry to interrupt. I doubt that because they've been pulling Smash from tournaments for a while now.
Okay, and then I would hope that's more the case of Nintendo being tough on themselves. I would just hate for these two publishers slash developers slash hardware whatever releasers to be in conflict over something like this when there are so many other partnerships that they share with Japanese games in general. Like most of the niche Japanese market comes out in tandem on both consoles, and like I just feel like sometimes Nintendo is paying for exclusivity for things to maybe release later on PlayStation, but other than that, I just hope it's not one of those scenarios. Otherwise, I have no idea why they would do that. They just got the final character on the roster, what, 5 months ago? Or like late last fall? So we know that the life of the program or the game is going to go for much longer. I'm actually kind of shocked how fast it was if it's not, them being petty. Because what other major tournaments... are they thinking they want to do this themselves? I don't think so.
They do have one.
Oh, really?
Smash Summit. I think that's their own. I think Smash Summit is their own.
I see. So they want their own major tournament. I guess that's big enough deal to push their own brand. Maybe they feel like their brand doesn't get marketed at an Evo.
Here's the thing. I'd agree with that, but like a lot of these fighting games. Tournaments are not as big as Evo. Even right. Ones that are even like Street Fighter 1, like that gets more. I need to pull up the numbers again, but I'm sure that gets more views at an Evo and gets more exposure, and I think also gets bigger money at Evo because that's like. That's like, in my opinion, like Evo is like the Super Bowl of the FGC. It's the WrestleMania. It's the PGA fucking tour of fighting games. Like all the best of the best show up to those tournaments. To that tournament.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, especially because there only used to be one Evo, 5-6 years ago, right? Then there's now a West and a Japan. So it's grown, and I don't know if the same as you could say for Smash by itself at this Smash tournament you mentioned.
Do you think, I have a question, do you think this has to do with what happened with Smash community getting exposed for lots of pedophiles?
Maybe, but I mean, there was also the problem. But if you're gonna levy that to them, which they're all scumbags. But if you're gonna levy that at them, like Evo doesn't have the best. Even though it's under new management, Evo doesn't have a good reputation. Considering the last CEO had to step down and Sony stepped in because I think it was sexual assault allegations levied at him. I don't know if they were ever confirmed or not, but
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So I don't know. Pharaoh, what do you think?
I mean, I think it's kind of unfortunate because I'm sure, gamers would like to, have events where they can play their favorite game and compete. I just don't know, like, what it means for Nintendo. Was it profitable for them? Did it make sense for them? Maybe it just didn't make sense for them to do it at E1. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. Nintendo moves to the beat of their own drum. So
yeah, sometimes that drum is off rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Like severely fucking off rhythm. Omar, what do you think, my man? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this doesn't really truly surprise me. It's like all you need to look at is the Mario Maker community. The game is dead, and it's literally being on life support because of their fan base. That's it.
Smash is dead?
Sorry?
Smash is dead?
I'm talking about Mario Maker. I mean dead in the sense of Nintendo doesn't care about it, doesn't fix the issues that it have. Again, I ranted about it. There literally is something called soft lock. Until now, Nintendo have yet to fix that shit. And that's literally from Mario Maker 1. That's got to show you they just don't care. They put out the game and call it a day.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't realize soft lock was still happening. Is it pretty
Yeah,
common?
no, dude. Soft lock is so common that they literally now created almost like a soft lock mini game. If you want to die, you need to do that hellacious mini game in Mario Maker 2. And most of the time, it's based on either very uh, good skill or just plain luck. Or what you can do is start over. However, if you start over and you had a checkpoint, you're not gonna start from the checkpoint. You're gonna start over from the entire level. Like there is literally a Mario Maker, almost like a Mario Maker ROM hack or something of sort. And in this game, they actually allow you to start from the checkpoint and start from starting from all over again. Like it's simply a simple. I say simple in sense of it's just a matter of instead adding an option instead when you restart, instead of restarting from the beginning, restart from the checkpoint. That's it. Otherwise, you're sometimes soft luck is so bad, you're forced to wait either 5 minutes, I think 300 seconds or something like that, or plain simple restart your game.
Crazy stuff, man. I
Yep.
thought they would have fixed that a long time ago.
Nah, they don't. They don't care. But that's about it. I'm not surprised.
Alright. Well, moving on to the next one, because these two can be rapid fire ones. The next one should not really come as a big surprise. This was bound to happen because I've been saying it for the longest time. But Game Pass to Steam. As mentioned in this article, Gabe Newell has gone on record. The founder, our Lord and Savior of the PC Master Race, Gabe Newell himself, has said to PC Gamer this weekend that we'd be more than happy to work with them to get that on Steam. Gabe Newell told PC Gamer, adding that a subscription service isn't something that we think we need to do ourselves. This was always bound to happen. When it makes the most sense when you have the biggest, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, the biggest digital platform on PC, you'd want to get Game Pass on there because it opens up so many doors. Because Steam is, I don't want to say entirely trusted, but Steam is looked upon favorably by, say about 70, maybe 80% of the gaming community. PC gaming community, for everything that they've done. So, I mean, this makes all the sense in the world. Steam's running on, Valve is like trying to fire on all goddamn cylinders recently. I mean, they got the new handheld they got the new handheld out, which I'm hearing good things about. Jubei, I want your opinion because I know you. I would like to hear from Jubei, but he's not here. He fucked off into the abyss. I'm hearing good things about that from some people. So no, it makes all the sense in the world. It makes all the sense in the world that you would want, especially now that they obviously, like I said, they got a handheld coming. They got a handheld out. It would make all the sense in the world that you would want Game Pass on the biggest PC distributor, PC digital game distributor out there. It makes just all the sense in the world. The thing that surprises me the most is it never fucking happens sooner. So, Kofi, what are your thoughts on that?
Definitely something I also thought was inevitable. I don't see Steam, in my opinion, the opportunities they offer for digital licenses at a sale is already enormous. The next level for them is to partner with something Microsoft's already taken advantage of, something that's already partially integrated through their memberships. Like, you can play, like, for example, I bought Gears 5 and Horizon, not Horizon Forbidden West, but Horizon 5 through Steam, but I can use my Xbox account to link it. No issues. So it just sounded like Game Pass is the next big step for that. I don't think it's going to be much of a hassle. It's probably going to be something we're going to forget was not a thing 5 years from now. So I mean, and add in now that Game Pass could be used on their new handheld device going everywhere. I think Gabe he's not going to say something dumb. I mean, let's be honest, right? He's about to launch this new device, get it out everywhere, I'm sure there'll be a new Steam Deck too. So
wait for the Valve Index too.
Oh yeah, that's right, Valve Index, which would be interesting. So yeah, I think it's a smart move, but I also think that Gabe knows what to say, for this. So
yeah. Gabe knows how to sweet talk. Because here's the thing,
right?
And I've said this before, and the fact that it would come to Steam, I wouldn't say it's complete validation, but does make my point is that has been the biggest barrier to entry for Game Pass on PC is that it isn't on Steam.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, fair enough. Give us your thoughts.
I think this is the first time that Game Pass has been mutually beneficial to both parties. I think Game Pass sells hardware for the Steam Deck to a community of people that may have not bought it, but they'll buy it because they can access their Game Pass on the go, on a device. And I think for Xbox, they're able to be able to sell more of Game Pass to established Steam customers who may have not been interested, but now that I can get it for 3 months for $1 or whatever promotion they're going to do with it, that they'll be able to get a taste of Game Pass on a platform that they're familiar with. So I think this is the first time that Game Pass actually benefited Steam. I think Game Pass could have always benefited from Steam, but now Steam actually gets to benefit from Game Pass in this instance. So I think it may actually happen.
It's more than likely. Like again, like I say, the PC gaming community, I'm sure a lot of them would be welcoming to this, but the fact that it isn't on Steam has been one of the biggest barriers to entries. Because Steam is so established, so big, it's like 70% of the goddamn PC market as far as digital storefronts. Jube, what are your thoughts on this, considering you such a proponent for it? Go on.
I missed the earliest part. This is about Steam Deck, right?
No. This is about Gabe Newell being open to getting Steam, getting Game Pass on Steam, and I was saying that I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner, but it makes the most sense that it happens because it's in my opinion one of the biggest barriers to entries for Game Pass on PC was the fact that it wasn't on Steam.
True. I think that's going to make the Steam Deck actually really, 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 really nice.
How is the Steam Deck, by the way? You have one, right?
So I'm in Q2, so I won't be able to actually finish paying for mine until April.
Right, so they're taking the Valve
wave
Index.
of emails. Yeah, they sent out the wave of emails in like 3 days ago for Q1. So it's like they're gonna do it every Monday starting next week. They're gonna just shoot out emails.
Yeah, as annoying as it sounds, I can understand why Valve is doing that, because they did the same thing with the Valve Index where they actually make them to order.
Yeah. And from what I'm seeing, and just as far as like hardware reviews for that, was like, oh, it's coming in hot, but it's functional. But in regards to Game Pass, that's like a no-brainer, to be honest. I mean, Steam does Steam have their own streaming service?
No, they've never even attempted it.
So this would be beneficial in the sense that Steam could get access to that streaming market, and Microsoft also gets access to a handheld without having to develop one.
Streaming. No, yes, they do. They do actually have a streaming service.
Like a sub?
Yeah.
Service?
Oh no, not like that. I thought you meant initially. I thought you meant that.
I know you can you can stream Steam games. Like
right. Yeah.
I'm talking about like a sub service where you can take that shit with you.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because them integrating that is also going to allow me to not have to sideload Windows onto the Steam Deck. You know what I'm saying? Like if they find a way to integrate it just into it, that way I'll have access to those Game Pass games, or if it has to be streaming, then what have you. Like I'm okay with that. It's interesting. Like I'm glad he's so open to it. I'm just surprised, like you said, like this hasn't already been a thing, because if they're open to it, this should have already been a thing.
Here's the thing. Actually, that okay, unrelated news, but it's kind of tied in because I think it's showing Microsoft's approach to the PC platform. News came out. Well, I'll need to fully look into this, but Joster informed me during one of my streams that the Bethesda.net store is actually shutting down.
Yeah,
they're going to be shut in March. So they're gonna there's gonna be a grace period where you can integrate or I think move your games over from Bethesda.net over to Steam.
Mm-hmm.
If they're doing that, so let me throw a hypothetical. Actually, let me get Omar's opinion, because then I want to throw my hypothetical to this. Omar,
No, give me your opinion because I don't have any.
Okay, right, fair enough. He has no opinion. Okay, right. Let me throw this hypothetical. So they just bought. So they bought Bethesda. So and now they're shutting down Bethesda.net.
Mm-hmm.
What if we're looking towards? I don't think they're going to acquisition Valve. I don't think we're going to see an acquisition of that. In no terms do I believe that could happen.
I don't think it would be an acquisition, because I think the FTC would be all up on their ass for that. But we could get a strategic partnership.
That's what I was thinking. If the Activision Blizzard deal goes through fully, and like I said, we'll know the full deets and everything in March. If we get that, and then suddenly news comes out that maybe we do get Game Pass before then on Steam, but if they turn around and say, okay, we're shutting down Battle.net, and you'll be able to move all of your shit over to Steam, because we're going to put the games on Steam. If you link your accounts, in this grace period, you can get those games on Battle.net, like Overwatch, like Call of Duty, on Steam. If they do that, I think we're looking at a genuine partnership between Valve and Microsoft.
Yeah, that would be a stranglehold on the PC market, to be honest.
It would be the best move. Like, then they just need to shut down the fucking the games section of their Windows store, so no one has to fucking deal with that fucking headache anymore, and say, okay, you can move your games over to Steam and have them there, so you can finally have Gears 4 on Steam and shit like that. And it'd be like, no, they're like this. To me, as much as they've tried, Microsoft, despite the fact that you could turn around and say they own PC, like Microsoft is PCs, you'd be absolutely correct. But it doesn't mean they understand every aspect of PCs. Gaming, as far as how to sell games and storefront games, Microsoft has always come up lacking. So it would be beneficial for them to have a partnership with someone who is established and pretty much already dominates the market,
or just have the two stores have integration with each other. Like, they don't necessarily have to get rid of their store, but they don't do a great job with their game store.
No. I'm not saying get rid of Microsoft Store in general. I'm saying just get rid of the game section.
I'm talking about the game section. Like, Microsoft, they've dropped the ball many times on that section there. Like, I'm thinking like a partnership would kind of help them improve in that area.
The reason why I say that is because even software, even from a software level, that fucking store is atrocious. Because, for example, you download a game onto a hard drive. Like, for example, I've obviously got three hard drives for gaming. I've got an M.2, an SSD, and a hard drive just for cheapo games, or games that I'm just playing off the odd time. If I download Gears 5, or if I've got a blank hard drive, and I download Gears 5 onto that hard drive, or Gears 4 actually, because I actually own that. If I download Gears 4 onto that blank hard drive, then I uninstall it, it leaves behind a lot of junkware that I cannot delete. Even with admin privileges, I can't seem to fucking delete it. And it's stuck there. I need to format the disc again to get rid of it.
Oof. Okay.
That is the big, and it's something to do with it being tied to the Microsoft Store.
Mhm.
But that to me is where they fail tremendously, because just their download process is fucking atrocious.
But see, to go along with that, like Microsoft also enjoys money, so them seeding their game store, how's the revenue split going to work with Steam? Like, unless they're going to be like 50-50, which I highly
I don't
doubt.
think they have to do all
I
that.
They don't. No. Steam doesn't even take 50%.
But if Microsoft is not going to have their own storefront and host their store essentially on Steam, how are they going to profit?
I think they do. I think companies do own their own storefronts. They just kick a percentage over to Steam. Like Steam owns. I think how it works is Steam obviously owns Steam, or Valve owns Steam. They own the infrastructure, but if you want to set up a storefront on there, you kick a little percentage like rent over to Steam, and then they take a percentage off of game sales. And I think theirs is like 27% or less on games. Like I believe that's how storefronts work. Similar to Amazon, I believe. I'm going off of like what I've seen and been told. But yeah, no. To me, that's why I'd say a partnership would come more beneficial, because then they can negotiate terms and pricing. Because obviously, then Game Pass becomes a bargaining chip for both. Because it's a mutually beneficial partnership now that Valve has I want to say the Index, but it's not. It's the Steam Deck.
Right. You can do it like how PlayStation does it with Epic. It's not really in details or anything like that, but if you pay attention, like a lot of PlayStation games go to Epic first, and if PlayStation locks up any type of timed exclusivity with a game, that game releases on Epic first. Like from what we've seen, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Final Fantasy.
No. Okay. No, that's actually different. That's not between PlayStation and Epic. That's a deal between PlayStation. That's a deal between Epic and Square Enix, because the same thing happened with Kingdom Hearts. Those will never.
I agree with them, because this game's outside of that.
I'm pretty sure that Sony had. Because they own a stake in Epic too. I'm pretty sure they leveraged
Sifu.
That relationship,
Fist?
Sifu.
Kenna?
No. I'm not disagreeing with those. I'm talking specifically Square Enix games. I think that's a deal between them and between Epic and Square Enix, because, like I said,
Sony owns a little portion of.
But hold on. Final Fantasy VII hasn't even whiffed coming out on Xbox yet, but Kingdom Hearts, the trilogy, came out on Xbox, and also came out on PC, but was only on Epic, and there's no whiff of that ever coming to Steam. And I don't even think that's going to be the only game. I think Forspoken is also going to be Epic exclusive. Guardians wasn't, though, which is a surprise. Which, actually, to be fair, that leads credence to what you were saying. There's Guardians.
Yeah, there's a lot more examples outside of Square Enix that are only Epic and PlayStation.
Yeah, so I think Xbox would kind of do that same thing, where like, oh, we locked this game up with some timed exclusivity, so if it's exclusive on Xbox, it's exclusive on Steam. Because we're kind of seeing that same type of thing over on the PlayStation side with Epic. So I think you kind of see that. It doesn't necessarily have to be like MS Store closing down and integrating into Steam or anything like that. There's different ways to leverage it.
Okay, maybe I'm just wishful thinking they'll fucking shut that shit down so it can all go to a place where it doesn't feel like I'm fighting to download my fucking game.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I feel dirty every time I look at the Microsoft Store, realizing, shit, I want to play fucking Gears of War Remastered, but I gotta go through that bullshit, or I've got to play fucking Minecraft. Oh man, I want to play Minecraft, but I gotta fucking deal with the fucking Microsoft Store and all that and all its bullshit just to play Minecraft. Just let me play the fucking game.
I have the Xbox app and the Play certain games, like just through the Xbox app, like whether it be via Game Pass or game that I own on a console, it can be a little difficult sometimes. So
Yeah. Is anybody
well,
else?
this was smooth.
I'm hoping for beautiful, better things. Because here's the thing. Guess what? Pharaoh, Jube, if this does happen, maybe you'll finally shut the fuck up. Because I might give Game Pass a try. So you'll finally be able to get off my balls about it. I'm just looking at. I've just got Jube's face in magnified there because I want to see his reaction to me finally saying that I'll try fucking Game Pass so they can get off my fucking back.
I mean, it's such a low entry cost.
I'm gonna kick your ass one of these days. I'm gonna come over to the States. I'm gonna grab you by them dreads. I'm gonna throw you into the ceiling fan and just watch you spin, spin, spin. Okay, right. Last topic, but I also want to kind of sidetrack this into people's experiences with the game. Because Omar wants to talk about this because, again, everybody has got to be out for somebody in Omar's eyes. Everybody's got to have a bias except for him. Everybody's got to be out for somebody. So I'm going to play the clip for everybody to listen to on the Steam. We're going to be talking about the bias for From Software games. This is the clip that Omar sent as his perfect example, and then I will give my thoughts to what is going on with this. Okay, hold on. Allow me to replay that with audio this time. I will replay that with audio. My apologies.
It just fits kind of this world, you know? But when Sifu doesn't tell me what to do, I'm like, fuck, you gotta explain that better, Sifu. So it's like, there's definitely like some kind of, you know, I'm being a little biased here because it is From Software. Exactly. And I know a lot of people watching the review whenever that does come out will likely call us out on that, but that's just how it is with FromSoft, and I love how they do that and include it into the game. It just fits kind of this world, you know. But when Sifu doesn't tell me what to do, I'm like, fuck, you gotta explain that better, Sifu. So it's like, there's definitely.
Okay, so I'm gonna break down what I feel like he's talking about there, real quick. Because he's talking about how he's comparing, like, when Sifu tells him, when Sifu asks him to do something he doesn't know how to do it. Or his words exactly. When Sifu doesn't tell him what to do, he wishes it would explain it better. So, at least in his experience, Sifu did not explain some things to him as clearly as he would have liked. Where with From Software, with Elden Ring, he doesn't seem to have that issue. See, I feel like I understand where he's coming from with this, and my only explanation to this would be he has experience with From Software before, whether it be Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Sekiro, or Bloodborne. Because here's the facts. These are the undeniable facts, in my opinion. If you've played Dark Souls, if you've played Bloodborne, if you've played Sekiro, you've played effectively some of Elden Ring. Because Elden Ring is effectively Dark Souls and Sekiro smashed together into an open world.
Yeah.
It's Dark Souls, but they added a fucking jump button. And a horse.
But they have a stamina meter, which Sekiro doesn't have.
It doesn't. Exactly, that's why I said Dark Souls and Sekiro, they smashed it together. Because here's the thing. If you've played any amount of Dark Souls games, you can go into Elden Ring without needing shit. Without needing to be told shit. There are a couple of new things, so you'd be doing a disservice to yourself, but it's not something you can't learn via experimentation. Very quick experimentation. So if you have any form of experience, you're going to get Elden Ring. Sifu, on the other hand, is a new game. It's a new type of game. It's a hard game, It's a new game that's going to ask you to learn certain things that you've never learned before, or possibly never learned before in a game. So there's obviously going to be a learning curve. And just from what he said, what he said, it just seems like he felt Sifu didn't explain certain things as clearly as he would have liked it.
Mm-hmm.
A teleporting horse, mind you. That is very true, Iron. My apologies. I forgot about the teleporting horse. Well, with Elden Ring, again, if you've got the experience, because they've done Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro. This is their 7th fucking game using the same pissing formula. The 7th fucking game. So if you don't know what you're doing by this point and you've played other Dark Souls games, then I'm sorry. I request that you go and call the White Coats, because there's clearly something mentally wrong with you. So, Omar, I want you to give you I want you to just kick us off from there. I don't care if I've painted people's opinions. I want to know why you think there is a bias towards From Software. But hold on. There is one point I will address right now where I think you even addressed that people are saying, oh, Sifu was too hard, or Returnal was so hard, but they're not complaining about that with Elden Ring. The thing is, they have complained about that previously with From Software games. Need I remind you, journalist mode for Sekiro, that was a thing.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so here's the thing when Kato said, because of experience, so when he's reviewing mind you, these are reviewers. It's one thing to be a gamer and just say your opinion, that's nothing. But when you're reviewing a game, you should be non-biased. You should review a game case by case basis. So when you come in and you say that, oh yeah, it's Sifu, it's Dark Souls, I'm used to the difficulty. Like, motherfucker, Demon Souls and Dark Souls, the Soul genre, you have absolutely no idea what any of this does until it beats it into you. It's literally, without experience in Demon Souls, you're fucked.
And people complained about that with Demon Souls and Dark Souls back in the day.
So that's why for me it feels like, why are you then complaining? Like literally they broke it down. Like there was no mechanic I didn't understood from what's called Sifu.
And yet you're still struggling with it somehow.
Yeah. If let's compare Sifu versus the Soul genre in general.
I'm gonna let someone else feel this because I've not played Sifu.
The Soul genre is 10 times harder than Sifu when it comes to not per se mechanic, but more like what an item does for the most part, how do you upgrade your weapon for the most part. You literally need to do your research on that. Otherwise, you would be fucked out. You would be fucked yourself out of resources and souls. But with Sifu, you die, you collect your souls, you come back. It's literally, basically, Sifu is basically Dark Souls, but with a little bit of a twist. That's
with
it.
One major difference.
Here's the thing. Sifu's camera is garbage.
Hold on. There is one major difference. There is one major difference. I didn't know. What is Sifu an RPG?
Semi. Yeah.
Right. Well, Dark Souls is a full-blown RPG.
So, what's the
What's
the point that you're making?
So Sifu have two things. It have light RPG mechanic in, and it have light roguelite mechanic in.
That does, no offense. When people at this point, I speak for myself. Whenever somebody turns around and says light roguelite mechanics or light RPG mechanics, that don't mean shit to me anymore, because like everything has fucking RPG elements or roguelike elements these fucking days. I'm talking.
Let me explain what I mean. Let me explain what I mean.
What is your point in comparing Sifu to Elden Ring
My point is,
or Elden Ring to whatever?
if people literally took points off from Sifu because it was too hard, and even complained about it being too hard. Yet with the Elden Ring, they're okay with it being too hard because in their mind, it's part of the genre now.
I've not heard anybody.
You know, when you say that Sifu lost points for being too hard, I mean, it's still got a good rating, 1. And 2, it's not just difficulty that's issues. They have some camera issues. I mean,
have you played? Hold on. Have you played any From Software game?
Okay, hold up. No. Give me a second. I know exactly where he's going. The only other motherfucker I know who complains about the goddamn camera in the fucking in From Software games is. I'm not even gonna fucking mention his name, but he blames all of his shit gameplay on the fucking camera in it. No, the camera for Souls games have not been terrible since Dark Souls 2. The only time they are terrible is when your dumbass puts yourself up against a wall and you get barraged by fucking enemies because you allowed them to put you in a corner. No,
I don't know who you're talking about, but. Like also, yeah, go on, continue.
And I'm gonna fucking tell you this right now from experience. The camera is not bad in any Dark Souls game past 2. And I've played them all except Demon Souls. Dark Souls 2, I have my major fucking issues with that game. My god, my fucking issues with that game are numerous. The camera was not one of them. Alright, Bloodborne, I never had an issue with the camera. Sekiro, never had an issue with the camera. In fact, I would say it's the best fucking camera they put in the goddamn series. Alright, Dark Souls 3, never had an issue with the camera. Elden Ring, I've not had an issue with the camera.
With Elden Ring, they fix the hitboxes?
No, because hitboxes have they've always had exaggerated hitboxes. Do I find them a bit bullshit sometimes? Yes, especially with AoE attacks. I'll always turn around and admit that. But they've always been exaggerated. Like that's been a thing since Demon Souls. They've always had exaggerated hitboxes. And it's not the only game or series to do exaggerated hitboxes. Do I like it? Not necessarily. I wish they'd make them more one-to-one. But you know, them's the breaks. Like, you know.
I mean, at the end of the day, you know, Sifu was an ambitious AA game that did not land everything perfectly. I mean, and if you add some difficulty on top of that, like if you have bad camera angles and, you know, gameplay mechanics that may not necessarily be, you know, the best, while a game like Elden Ring, like it's been 7 games. They've had time to refine their gameplay mechanics and get them to be a lot cleaner.
And I'm sure if given enough time, I'll find things to bitch about that.
I mean, that's going to happen. Like it's just comes with experience. I don't think Sifu got not specifically for being difficult. But you know, it's a new game. It's a they tried something new. Everything ain't gonna be a 90 out the gate. It wasn't a perfect game. It got an 80, right? That 80 Metacritic. That's a really good score, especially for their first game of that type of style.
Let's make it. I'll come to this.
Yeah. Jube, you got any thoughts on this?
Kinda.
Like
my issue with Sifu was the damn camera.
Yeah,
I feel like in Dark Souls, if I lose, it's because I don't know the timing. Like it's more so it's more on you than something like a fundamental flaw in the game. Like unless something's just totally borked for you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm not fighting the camera. I'm not fighting the camera in Elden Ring or Sekiro or Dark Souls. Like if I
you're fighting the hitboxes in Dark Souls, especially the fucking
hitboxes is one thing, but I can't even get some of the moves to work in Sifu sometimes. It doesn't register. for
I
me.
agree.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
no.
like,
You're not the only one.
that's a fundamental flaw in the game.
Yeah, I
If
agree.
like mechanically I can't just do like, and me as a fighter fan, if I know I'm doing the inputs for something and it's not happening, that's frustrating. Super frustrating.
Wish, I agree because you need, so what I recommend you then to do is to literally go to your training session and try it out and a little bit
So
slower.
because the
'cause
game has broken elements, you expect him to train. I mean, those are
let me
things that
explain.
factored into
Let
the rating being different for being
let
difficult
me,
versus
but
No,
then
no, let him
for
explain.
being difficult.
let me explain what you might be what you might be doing. You might be putting your input way too fast. I've been doing it a few times, and I had to step back and go train and figure out the exact timing. The exact timing mechanics is iffy at best, but it works. You're gonna be able to do your moves, just not the way you need to. It takes you, if you do them too fast, it's not gonna get registered. Sadly, which again I agree, it's a valid criticism for Sifu.
I shouldn't have to compensate for bad input in a game, though. That's on them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Those are the things that contribute to a lower rating. It's not just difficulty. Whereas, like,
Right.
you have a smooth, refined gameplay with a game like Elden Ring because they've been working on it for the better part of a decade plus.
And here's the thing with hitboxes as well. In my bizarro world of thinking, sometimes with the hitboxes, I can justify it, especially if a dude is swinging a fucking 50-foot sword that puts Sephiroth's katana to shame. That's the size of my entire body. That's the width of my entire body. If he's swinging that towards me and I don't get hit by a sonic boom, I'll be shocked.
Dude, the troll in Sekiro, some of the worst hitboxes out there.
Okay, right. No. Okay, no. I vehemently disagree. Right, there have been There is a couple of enemies that have that. I even showed one with Snake Eyes when the fucker hit me when I wasn't even in his line of sight. But to turn around and say all of them have like the game is built on bad hitboxes, no, it actually has some of the best refined hitboxes of any of the Souls games. Like that,
Right.
that's just a fact. You might find a handful. I will give you that, but it'll be hard to justify any others outside of that.
One game of the year.
One game. That's our barometer now. That's our barometer now.
No. The barometer isn't that the game is great, but it can't be as flawed as he makes it out to be if it won game of the year.
See, for me, I don't. From where I'm at right now with Elden Ring, I don't think it's gonna reach. I don't think, as far as like a complete package, it's gonna touch Sekiro for me. Because I'm enjoying the open world. I'm enjoying the combat somewhat, but it
doesn't have the aggression that Sekiro has.
It's
like
not-
Sekiro, like there's no stamina. It's like I can just wail. Like if I want to be overly aggressive, it's gonna be on me if I get punished for that. But I have it's an option. You know what I'm saying? Like,
here's the thing. I'd agree with that if it wasn't for the fact that I think this is some of the fastest stamina recovery I've ever seen in a fucking From Software game.
for sure. Like stamina. The cost and recovery is actually really good.
And
for
the
a Souls
fact-
game.
What topic are you guys on right now? I'm sorry to interrupt.
We're
I was
talking
talking this whole time.
Oh yeah, no,
and
it's
I
fine.
was muted.
No, it's fine. We were on the topic of Omar thinks that there's bias towards, or believes, should I say, that there's bias
I had a whole response to this, and I just realized I got kicked out of the room because I was
Go
quiet.
ahead. Go.
Yeah,
your
trust me,
response.
So
happened to me as well.
I got to go back through all this. I'm sorry. I just said so much. Oh man. Okay. Okay. I feel like, how did I say this? That Sifu. Gosh. Okay. So like when I look at Elden Ring, I feel like because they were able to slowly develop their fan base and the culture around what a Souls game is, it becomes slowly immune to other series that might be similar, and they're going to be criticized because they're not an established franchise with expectations. So let me give you an example. Look at Demon's Souls. Demon's Souls came out. It was fairly well reviewed, and it started to galvanize a fan base that I don't think was actualized until Dark Souls came out. Mm-hmm. Okay, by the time Dark Souls 2 and 3, especially 3, that was a really big moment for this series to
no, Bloodborne was. Bloodborne came out before Dark Souls 3.
That's true too. That's true too.
And second of all, sorry, just a couple of things that need to be brought up before you continue, because we did address, we already, I think it was Pharaoh already addressed this. The problem is a majority of the problems that people had with Sifu wasn't the difficulty. It was the difficulty combined with a lot of other problems accentuated the difficulty more than it should have been, like bad camera, bad inputs, and stuff like that. The other thing, it doesn't make it immune to criticism, because if you ask any Souls fan what their least favourite Souls game is, universally, the majority will turn around and say Dark Souls 2.
So this is the point that I was going to bring up to complement this, though. As the Souls genre has evolved with Dark Souls, I was talking with a friend of mine, Pharaoh and Zeros, who loved Demon's Souls but fell out of love with the series as it evolved after he started playing spin-offs that he thought executed certain things better than Dark Souls. Primarily, he's talking about Neo 1 and 2. To him, the combat that Neo 1 and 2 took was basically taken right from Souls, but he thinks it evolved in how he could combo, how the weapons felt more in variety, how there was additional movesets that were added to the game, and he thinks that, so here's the thing. He came to me and says, why is it that Neo never gets the same type of respect that Elden Ring is getting? And Elden Ring, like, why didn't the combat evolve like Neo? He wants it to. He thinks that Neo is the same, slow animations. Why hasn't it changed? And to me, I feel like because the Soul genre defined what Neo is. That's why I say it's immune. Because fans don't care what the direction Neo is going in. And there are...
It absolutely is immune. I just gave the example with hitboxes. He called it exaggerated hitboxes.
But I didn't...
and
I didn't say it was immune. Hold on, no. Hold up, motherfucker. Hold the fuck up. You sit the fuck down and listen. I turned around and said that was a problem.
Yeah, you said it's a problem, but you said it's okay for people...
Hold on. Did I say it was okay? Did I say at any point it was okay? I said I didn't like it, but unfortunately I can't change it.
I did. We're talking about what other people thinking, not you.
No, people.
I'm just giving an example.
This has been a problem with the Souls community. They've asked for more accurate hitboxes. It's not been immune to criticism. Dark Souls 2 was lambasted for its use of the fucking roll mechanic. And they ended up changing that because people fucking hated it. People hated the fact that Dark Souls fucking 3 was so damn easy in their opinion, so we got fucking Sekiro. Like, no, this series, I'm sorry, this series is not immune to criticism. You just need to look at fucking Twitter.
It absolutely is, and we've seen it.
It's not.
It's not.
What you're looking at is the vocal minority of like Souls fanboys. That's what you're looking at. That is what you are zeroing in on to try and prove your point. The problem is, and I will use myself as a microcosm of this point, I turned around and said with Elden Ring, this will probably be my last Souls game from Software. Because there's too much in it visually that is like... Because this is something I was going to say earlier. I felt Sekiro was the right step forward into evolving the From Software franchise. I thought that it was. And when I saw Elden Ring, the first fucking criticism I had... In fact, I don't know who was there. I think it was either Zero, but I know a lot of my chat was.
I remember that.
You were there. No, yeah, I think, Kofi, you were there. My first fucking point I bought out, the first fucking things I turned around and said was, holy shit, they're reusing the same fucking animation since Dark Souls 1. And then I think it was Kofi or someone else said, no, dude, that's from Demon Souls. And I was like, Jesus Christ, we were using the same shit. Like, that.
I mean,
that is a criticism.
Why do you think a game... So, like, this goes to the point that I've always had with my friend. He goes, like, look at Neo 2. There's all, like, the game's hard, or it can be kind of hard, and you have all these different combos, all these different animations, but the evolution of Neo has never been a criticism for Elden Ring, based on the Metacritic it got, right? Like, fans don't want that. Is it fair to say that fans reviewing Elden Ring don't want an evolution of the combat, new animations? It's not a requirement. It's not what gets them through the game.
I would disagree. I would disagree because Sekiro exists, and Sekiro won Game of the Year, and Sekiro broke all of From Software's records.
Yep. No, that's actually...
But do you feel like the skill set in Sekiro was limiting or expansive?
Expanded tremendously. Like
compared to Neo 2?
Oh no, I've never played Neo 2, but I'm on about I thought we were talking the From Software games.
Oh, specifically.
If we're talking them, no, it was the most mechanically like complex one they've done as far as like a fight as far as like a I want to say a fighter, but I think you understand what I mean when I say it as like a fighter. No, it was exactly what I wanted from the game. There were multiple, like, yes, you had one blade, but you had multiple tools that you could use to fight against multiple different variations. Because I guarantee you, a lot of people still don't know that if you use the against the Guardian Ape, when you decapitate it and you get it on the ground, if you use the thrust spear that pulls it out the goddamn fucking the immortal centipede that's in the Guardian Ape and does a crap load more damage. I guarantee you a lot of people still don't know that you can do that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, no, the fact that Sekiro exists shows that From Software is not immune to criticism because everybody loved that game. Like, hands down, everybody did, except journalists who wanted a fucking easy difficulty because they felt it was too hard. So I don't want to hear that immune from criticism bullshit because From Software's been having it since Dark Souls, okay?
But I still kind of stand with the Metacritic. Why is it so high?
I don't know. That's one thing I will agree there. From what I've played so far, my biggest criticism of this game is the fact that I've seen all of these animations before. I'm not seeing. Here's the thing. There is a saying of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And some of the And here's the thing. A lot of these animations are not broke because a lot of these animations are basic animations. They're basic animations like opening chests or opening doors and stuff like that. Like, do you really want to spend the time creating new animations? It would be nice. But does it detract from everything? My problem comes when I'm pulling off my problem is when I've had something like Sekiro, which made me think, and I'm able to pull off multiple combos where I'm able to slash a motherfucker a bunch of times, then pull out some fucking full-on fucking shinobi shit, and then receive my sword and then fucking close it like Virgil and watch the dude fall apart like a Jenga set, and then I go back to Dark Souls. It's like, you showed me what you could do. You showed me what you could do. Now I'm back to beating motherfuckers over their head with a goddamn blunt stick. I prefer that you'd have carried on with this. Yeah. This is why Elden Ring is going to be my last From Software game until I see a step forward in the combat.
I look at Elden Ring as the Dark Souls game with enough quality of life improvements to be slightly more accessible, to a more general audience.
I mean, come on, man. It's got a jump button.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yeah, like you got the jump button. I mean, traversal's better.
There's actually a realistic fall damage. Like, you're not gonna, like, literally at the beginning in the tutorial, you fall from a great height that in Dark Souls would have fucking killed you. It takes off like a third of your health bar in this game. Not only that, but they actually have a couple of quality of life improvements. One of them is they rebalance summonings. So, summonings in the original were considered a crutch, like summoning an NPC. In this game, they heavily emphasize that. And the reason why is because they rebalanced the game to where summonings are not... You're not going to solve every problem with a summon. They're going to help you, but they're not going to be the be and end all of it. Second... Oh, my apologies. They rebalance shields. And shields are actually worth a fucking damn now. Because back in the day...
The parries. The parries.
Is dirt. No, not just the parry. The counter-attack.
Oh, yeah. For just blocking? Yeah.
Yeah. Kofi, you should remember... In the original Dark Souls, if you got hit with a shield, you take a little bit of health damage, but if you really wanted to do damage, you'd have to bash them away with the shield, right?
Right. A perfect riposte was better. Yeah.
In Elden Ring, you can do that still, but if you block, you don't, to my knowledge, from what I've seen, you take very little, if no damage at all.
There's a class that doesn't take damage for blocking. They get like 100% resistance.
And I'm running Samurai and I didn't even take any damage. But immediately after they hit your shield, if you hit heavy attack, you counter attack immediately.
And do decent
Wait,
chunk
automatically? Or you mean
no, you have to time it, but if you time
the
it
window's
right,
pretty fucking big.
Yeah, you can still be punished, obviously, but if you're gonna get damage off of blocks instead of having to focus just on parries.
So
that like
I have a question. Why isn't this called Dark Souls 4?
Because it's got nothing to do with the Dark Souls law.
Because it's not Dark Souls.
So why is it literally Dark Souls in every aspect except for like?
Hold on. My report.
That's the kind of game they make.
My reports to that. Why isn't Bloodborne called Dark Souls?
Bloodborne is different.
No, it is not!
They do nothing different.
You have never played a Souls game in your fucking life if you think Bloodborne is any different from Dark Souls. It really is not.
It's more aggressive. It's like Sekiro, but with a stamina meter.
Yeah,
like that's pretty much what it is.
It is very different. It's exclusive.
No, that's not what it's about. It's literally if you played Dark Souls and you played Bloodborne, Bloodborne is very different when it comes to the combat.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
Dude, if you play with Bloodborne, you are more intensified to be on the offense instead of defense.
You are in Dark Souls as well.
Okay, hold on.
I got an easy way to sell this. As far as knowing the mechanics. Tell me, Omar, how many hours have you put into the Dark Souls games?
I beat 1. I beat 2. I hate 2. I beat Bloodborne. DLC, but I don't know the amount of hours I put in.
Okay, I collectively over all of the games, I'm talking Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls...
remasters?
I only played Dark Souls Remaster. I didn't play the original Dark Souls. And I could get my friend John on here. I could call him up, and his brother Frankie. They're bigger Dark Souls fans than me. Alright? I've collectively put close to now 500 hours into the entire series. And that, like I said, that's across all the games. I played all of the From Software games minus Demon's Souls because fuck playing on that frame rate. Bloodborne plays incredibly, like 90% like Dark Souls. The only difference, and this is true across the whole damn thing. In Bloodborne, you can play a lot more aggressively against certain bosses and certain enemies. It's the same with any other Dark Souls games. Because if you try and act aggressive against Father Gascoigne, he's going to fucking pound you into powder. Because he will fucking... If you go on and try and attack him, especially in his first form, you try and play aggressive with him, he'll shoot you in the face with his blunderbuss, and then visceral attack you, and then put you in the fucking ground. You try and play massively aggressive against Orphan of Kos, he's going to put you in the fucking ground. You try and play massively fucking aggressive with, let me think. I'm trying to think of a good boss. The king, Canehurst, the motherfucking, the fucking king of Canehurst, the dude at the top of Canehurst Castle. You try and play full-on fucking aggressive with him, he'll turn you into powder. Like, aggression is a good form, especially against stuff like Black Pearl, against the Bloodstarved Beast, against Vicar Amelia, against Amidala. It's fine. Or you know what? Fucking Daughter of the Cosmos. Try and play aggressive. You play aggressive against her. You're gonna get turned into powder, especially a frontal assault. You need to work around her so she can't hit you. Okay. All of these are the fundamental DNAs of the predecessing games that came before them. It plays just like Dark Souls. Just slightly more aggressive. Like Sekiro is slightly more aggressive than Bloodborne.
But you can get away with more aggression in Sekiro than you can in Bloodborne.
Until you fight until you fight Father Owl, and then he shows you the meaning of fucking aggression.
And the fucking demon of hatred.
No, demon of hatred, you try and fucking show him aggression. Oh, he is the fucking embodiment of aggression. That motherfucker put me in
He will address you.
Yeah, he is the aggressor. Like, what's funny, Sekiro, you want to talk about that then? You want to bring that up. Demon of Hatred is effectively, fundamentally, from the ground up, a Dark Souls boss.
Yeah, everyone
in a Sekiro game. He's a goddamn Dark Souls boss in a Sekiro game.
Yep.
Yeah, just.
I think. Has my point been made, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah. I mean, it's still.
We interrupted Coffee. Coffee was saying something.
Yeah, I mean, like,
sorry.
I agree with Dante's sentiment that he wants to see the combat improved, or like not just improved, but like try to take a new direction with adding variety. Because I also am like, when I look at, let's say I have $60 to spend, I'm looking at Elden Ring, or I'm looking at something like Stranger in Paradise. I might be more attracted to Stranger in Paradise because I feel like all the attack combos are all new, all the magic stuff's all new. The lore is going to be complete. Well, Elden Ring, I'm not going to give criticism for not being unique in lore because it technically is.
You already have Horizon?
And I don't have Horizon yet either.
Then get Horizon over both.
What I would like to see, as a From Software fan, what I would like to see is the aggression and style of Sekiro with the weapon switching of Bloodborne, where I'm able to switch the weapon between two modes.
Yes. So that, like, any sort of encounter you have can be just as hard, just as brutal, but your attack style can involve so much different thought on the second. Agency, I think you could call it, because each approach could be unique. So yeah, I'm hoping that From goes in that way. I'm just hoping From really makes a new Armored Core game. But I agree. Well, so here's my thing. Because I've only played Demon Souls, Scholars of the First Sin, Bloodborne, and Sekiro. And I don't even think. I think I'm just gonna stick with like the unique games. I'm gonna stick with Demon Souls. I'm gonna finish Sekiro. I'm gonna play Elden Ring. And yeah, I have Bloodborne. So to me, those are the most important games because each of those are unique in some way. Demon Souls 1 and 3, I don't really care. I'm sorry, those two just never really interested me.
No, no disrespect. You did yourself a disservice playing Scholar of the First Sin.
Really? I like the game. I know it's the Dark Horse.
Once you play even Dark Souls 1, but if you play Dark Souls 3, which I do recommend. I highly recommend it. It is my favorite. It's my favorite Dark Souls game. Like, if I was to rank my Dark Souls, my From Software games, it would be Sekiro, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls, and then Dark Souls 2. And the difference between Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 is like the difference between is like here's Sekiro, here's Bloodborne, here's Dark Souls 3, here's Dark Souls 1, all the fucking way down here is Dark Souls 2. It doesn't even fucking register. It doesn't even register. There is a lot of problems that they fundamentally fix between Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3. And Dark Souls 3, and in fact, no, actually, from Dark Souls 2 to Bloodborne. And then Dark Souls 3 rectified the problems with Dark Souls 2 in the mainline Dark Souls series. But no, you did yourself a disservice, because the problem with Dark Souls 1 is level layout is one of them. The other problem is enemy scaling. Like, you'll be going on the path, and then suddenly you'll hit a fucking brick wall that really shouldn't be there. But once you get through that brick wall, you'll realize, oh shit, it's somehow easier, despite the fact that I've not even leveled up. The other problem is the DLCs are way too fucking easy.
I could see that.
The other problem is the weapon system that they went with just didn't fucking work. The other problem is the health. The Estus Flash system that they used didn't fucking work. And the enemies were boring as fucking sin. Dark Souls,
I can feel that.
in my opinion, Dark Souls 3 did Dark Souls... in my opinion, and also the story for Dark Souls 2 is completely inconsequential. Like, you can play 1 and 3, and you'll get a complete story. 2 is just inconsequential in the greater scheme of things.
To be honest, I don't even know there was much emphasis on the connected world, since I only played Scholars.
And you got yourself a game.
But it's so funny, like, the reason you say you're done with Elden Ring was the same reason I said I was done with Dark Souls. Like, I was already fed up with, like, this is just Demon Souls, and Demon Souls I hold to such high esteem because it was the first game. I was like, why am I doing this?
It shouldn't be the first. Here's the thing. For me, I go by the opinion of, it's not who did it first, it's who did it better.
True. Then you love Neo 2, don't you?
I've not played Neo 2. I've not played any of the I need to. I'll admit, I need to. But the problem is, I've got motherfuckers telling me to play Code Vein. I've got motherfuckers telling me to play The Surge. I got people telling me to play Neo. I got people wanting me to play fucking Sekiro again. Like, I got people who want me to suffer in so many goddamn different ways. It's like, how which dominatrix do I want to make me there? Which dominatrix do I want to be the bitch of today? Is basically what I'm going through. Because right now I'm going through fucking GTA Chaos mod, and I'm going through fucking Elden Ring in 1 week. There's only so many times I can have my balls busted before they pretty much shrivel up and become useless.
Fair enough.
But yeah, like dark. Okay, so Kofi, here's my thing. Because you know what, you turned around and said you played Scholar of Sin, and then you turn around and mention Bloodborne. Okay, as far as pacing, as far as level design, which one is better to you? Scholar of the First Sin or Bloodborne?
Definitely not Scholars. Definitely not Scholars.
Here's the thing. Everything I've just mentioned that I have a problem with Scholar of the First Sin is a problem that the Dark Souls community had with Scholar of the First Sin, which was then rectified with Bloodborne.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
The Dark Souls games are not immune to criticism. What we are seeing, especially on Twitter, because people need to stop using Twitter as their barometer, is you're seeing the vocal minority who think they know something talking. Alright? Elden Ring, fine game. Do I think it's better than Sekiro? Right now? Hell no. I think Jubei might agree with me on this. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I hope he does, because then he'll look smart. I saw that look you gave me. But the problem I have with Elden Ring right now is not only is there yes, it's nice to have a bit of familiarity, but there's also something to be said about evolution. Okay, the dinosaurs went extinct for that exact goddamn reason. They didn't fucking evolve. I'm sure the fucking big giant ass meteor didn't help, but them's the breaks.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is a lot of what I've seen in Elden Ring, I've seen before. All I've seen really right now is what I saw in Dark Souls 2 with a bunch of armored fucking dudes. I'm seeing elements of Bloodborne. I'm basically seeing this as the collective DNA of
this
every...
is pretty much them mixing up all their games.
Exactly.
Right.
It would not surprise me. It would not surprise me, and I'm hoping this is their finale. This is their swan song. This is their their final fucking hurrah. And after this, we see no more. We don't see any more like Souls games. And if we do, they're more like Sekiro, because this formula has been done. There's nothing else they can do with it. Because at this point, once you go open world, there ain't jack shit else you can do.
Right. That's true.
Open world is the last gasp of desperation from a series that's already gone through all of its ideas. What do you reckon Gears 5 was open world? The last gasp from a series that's done it all and run out of ideas.
Yeah, they're like, what else do we do? We were a cover shooter. Let's make it a semi-open world. That's all they could do.
Yeah. And that's all they could do with this. And I feel like with this game, one of my biggest problems approaching it at first was the fact that I did not approach it as an open world game. I needed to go exploring.
So with that being said, there is another room for more Uncharted, because we have yet to get an Uncharted open world.
I'm gonna ignore him. I'm gonna pretend he did not just fucking say that. Because I just literally just turned around and said open world is the last gasp of a series that has run out of ideas. I like to
they already killed Uncharted, so they can might as well make one last one and then kill it.
What am I saying? I think they ran out of ideas when they did The Last of Us Part 2. Go for
it. But what's his name? Miyazaki came out and said that they're gonna always keep making hard games.
I mean, like you said, they keep making the same game. I mean,
don't expect anything.
You could say Last of Us is Uncharted Zombies.
No, that's absolutely not it. There is literally elements in at the very, very, very end in almost every single Uncharted when it comes to zombies, which again, brain dead for even introducing that.
Now, speaking of brain dead, I'm officially going brain dead because we've been going for near close to 2 hours, and I think we're exhausted from software thing. I will one last final thing I will turn around about Elden Ring, and this is the last thing I'll cap off on. First of all, my PC version runs fine. If you don't got the hardware to run it, then don't run it, because I mean, for fuck's sake, I don't understand why, but for some reason this game requires 16 gigs of VRAM, 16 gigs of fucking RAM, recommended on PC. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it fucking does.
Can't you start? There are people with
also
3080.
To people capping about VRRR. Yeah, please stop. You're just embarrassing your fucking self.
No. It's a crutch. I've said as much. I've said, hey, it's a crutch. Like, I enjoy the feature, but it absolutely is a crutch, because then people don't have to optimize for shit, because they know, hey, if it drops frames, nobody will notice if it's VRR.
Yeah, so please go and tell your boy FC about this, because my god, that man just been fucking... I swear to god, it's like you and fucking Pharaoh about Game Pass. I swear to god, he's being paid. And Elden Ring isn't on Game Pass, is it?
I know.
No, it isn't. No, it's not.
No.
And to all of you little ponies out there, your SSD ain't that, your little hard drive isn't that fast. You ain't that much better than Xbox. Everybody sit down, you all play at the fucking kiddies tables. I'll be over here at my PC at the adult fucking table playing video games. Thank you very much. So with all that being said, Kofi, where can people find you, my man?
Guys, as usual, you can find me nowhere, but eventually back on Twitter with the Zero Field. Hopefully in the next 2 weeks, I want to say maybe we'll be done mid-March.
Nice.
So pretty excited to be back with the shenanigans of Twitter world. Of course, avoiding spoilers, though. So, we'll see. But see y'all soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all made that man quit Twitter.
Omar, where can people find you?
People can find me on Carb_Chub on Twitter and Game Player on YouTube every Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Alright, Farrell, where can people find you?
Find me on Twitter at Pharaoh Bazaar, YouTube Pharaoh Bazaar, Twitch Pharaoh, Facebook Pharaoh Bazaar.
OnlyFans, Pharaoh Bazaar, RedTube, Pharaoh Bazaar, Tinder, Pharaoh Bazaar,
I need to
Grindr on
there's
Pharaoh
some
Bazaar.
money being made. I ain't getting it. I need to be up there with what's your boy's name? Haitian Hammer. I need to be up there with him.
The fact that you know his name. Jube, where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Jube X Sensei on gaming platforms. Jube Sensei everywhere else except
Twitter. He doesn't exist.
You'll find me probably on Gran Turismo 7 on Saturday. I'll give it a day. I'm not gonna get it day one. I'm gonna wait.
I demand a race between you and Kofi.
Oh, Kofi's gonna beat the dog shit out of me. He's gonna beat the absolute dog shit out of me. But I'm down.
I want it. I actually want footage.
I will live stream that L for sure. So
you talking about GT?
Yeah, he's talking about GT7.
You gonna give me
GT's
that L,
gonna
bro.
be great.
I want to see that race. I want to see that race between you and him, Kofi.
No, he's gonna smoke me. I'm already sure.
I want to see one between Kofi and Chris Reicher. Oh
yeah, Chris has been pretty excited, so I'm excited to see what he does.
Really, for all that autism, I couldn't really tell what he's really thinking. And as far as me, you can find me at Dante Crisis on Instagram, Twitter, and The Dante Crisis on Facebook. Find me at Dante Crisis on Twitch, DLive, and YouTube as well, where I'll be streaming Shin Megami Tensei 5 today, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas Wednesday, Dragon Age 2 on Thursday. It's not as bad as people say. In fact, I think in some regards it's better than the fucking original. Don't tell anybody, they'll fucking crucify me. And Elden Ring on Friday.
Burn him.
Get fucked.
Burn him at the stake.
I ain't got time to explain it, but I'll explain it to you afterwards.
You're a witch, bro.
That's what my mother keeps telling me, but she also turns around and tells me she loves me. I can't tell truth from lies anymore. And I'm currently doing a Let's Play of... the fuck am I doing, actually? I keep forgetting my own shit. Oh yeah, I'm doing Halo Reach and the House of the Dead, the original. And I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to try and do Zero Justice. And thank you for watching, folks. You could literally be doing anything with your lives. You could be mowing the lawn. You could be fucking your wife. You could be watching your favorite TV show, but for some reason you are here watching us, and we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. You can find us at all your favorite podcast sites, Apple iTunes, Spotify, you know, wherever people try not to get cancelled. We're typically there. Where else are we?
Everywhere, bro.
Yeah, we everywhere. We like COVID. We just everywhere, apparently.
We're under your bed. We
We're
are
in your closet.
fridge.
Well, I mean, don't tell them I'm in there. Don't tell them I'm in their fridge. Like, I don't want them to know I'm stealing all their whiskey. But yes, you can find us everywhere. And remember, we do go off on our separate paths. Whether it be Kofi with his translations, Omar with his bullshit, or me with my ranting and raving on my channels. You can check us out in all those places. And again, we appreciate you. And once again, keep it gaming. Okay, we out of here. Peace.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.
Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets.
I'm on the outside looking